Let's talk about the book New Breed by Gary Chester, one of my favorite books to study out of. I studied out of it probably for over 2 years and still didn't finish it. There's so many different ways you can use this book. So let's talk about the first system. There are 39 systems, and there are also advanced systems. Systems meaning drum set patterns, different drum set patterns. The first one says left hand plus right hand on the hi-hat. So if you look in the book, Gary's setup, I think he had 3 hi-hats, one here, and I think it was one here, and then a third one. Well, I didn't have 3 hi-hats, so I kind of just made do with what I had. So I used a ride cymbal here and a crash cymbal over here to be able to utilize both hands. And also, when you play these, and you're doing these exercises where they require both hands playing at the same time, try not to flam. Try and hit at the same time. So this is exercise 1. Now below it, it says right foot bass drum melody. Now what these melodies are rhythms that you read. And those are located on page 14. And they're 1A. So basically, one page is 1A, and then the next page is 1B, and it goes all the way through 5B. And each page, the rhythms get progressively more complex. So you want to start slow. So I'll play through line 1 on page 14, or 1A of the reading exercises, while I'm playing the first system. I'm also going to sing the quarter note. Ta, 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 ta. I did a little research and found online on YouTube some drummers who had studied with Gary out of this book, and they said to say ta and not to say 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems to be, that can have you play a little too mechanically. So ta, you want to feel that quarter note, that pulse, ta, ta. So this is how it sounds. Number 1, the first system, reading the first line of 1A for the reading. Here we go. Start slow. First, you want to learn the system. Whatever the system is, get the system down, internalize the system, practice it a lot, starting at a slow tempo, then work your way up in tempo. Then you want to read each line. Make sure you're reading each melody or line or rhythm correctly. Start with the first line, read that. Go to the second line and add a line. And then put a metronome on. Play with a metronome, singing ta, starting slow, playing the whole page down. When going through these exercises and systems, I advise taking it slow, quality over quantity, meaning really learn and internalize each system. And I think Gary says that in his book as well. Take your time with these. You really want to have these systems internalized. So let's go to another system to give you an idea. Number 7, the 7th system. It's still on page 9, which is the first page of all these systems. So number 7, and it sounds like this, or what it's supposed to be played like this. Left hand, ride cymbal, snare drum. Left hand would be playing the ride cymbal on every 8th note. The snare drum would be playing on 2 and 4, and your hi-hat would be playing on the quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then your bass drum would be playing or reading the melody. I'm a lefty, so instead of the left hand doing that, I'm going to have it be my right hand, my non-dominant hand. So this is how it sounds. So this is the system. That's the system. Now I'm going to add the reading, and I'm also going to sing ta, right, on every quarter note. Here you go. You can also play with the dynamics, and as Gary says in the book as well, I didn't even get that far. I just want to be able to get the independence of each system and be able to read this stuff down. But you can go many places with this book. It's such a phenomenal book. It kind of breaks you down and makes you aware of everything that you're doing, from your singing and feeling the pulse to what each limb is doing, as well as reading. So it helps your independence, your coordination, your reading, your timing. It's just such an awesome book. So I hope this helps. Practice it slow, internalize each system, and you'll be aware and have much more control over what everything is doing. All right, take care.